Good evening all. My name is Suman Mondol and I am Assistant Professor at Nopan Institute of Management Studies. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Hope you all are well at this difficult time. Let's start our session on post-COVID lockdown era. Our focus today's session will be on changing the dimension of on job market in the post-COVID lockdown era. And now I would like to request our respected colleague Annesa Nag ma'am, HOD of Hospital Management Department of our institution, to give the introductory speech on today's topic. Annesa Nag ma'am has over 5 years of experience in academics and has also worked in healthcare sector. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Good evening, one and all present here. Today, in the second day of the webinar series post-COVID lockdown era, we are here to discuss the changing dimension of the job market in the post-COVID lockdown era. Now, I am going to share a PPT with all of you. You can see my screen now. Okay. As aptly said by Albert Einstein, the world as we have created, it is process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. In the post-COVID-19 lockdown situation, we have to face new challenges in the business environment with an innovative thought process. As we continuously see the news, a corporate giant adapting strategies of layoff and retrenchment, the demand-supply mismatch will surely become the biggest issue of the era. Unemployment will be extremely high and India will have to face inflow of jobless and high-skilled NRIs. However, there would be more opportunities in sector also in evidence. In the post-COVID lockdown era, where people can get back into a regular work routine, a lot of people in India will be rethinking their career as well. During this entire work from home period, professionals would have figured out what they would like to keep or change in their career and will try to make some choice by looking at the things differently. There are still few sectors which have recognized at least impacted by the pandemics, where there will be some appetite to move job. They are mainly the healthcare and life sciences and as well as the technology industry. In this situation, companies will focus more on making the best available human resources and on reskilling and upskilling the existing employees rather than hiring new workforce. Having establishment that Indian professionals have also been working from home effectively for an extended period of time, companies will also need to recognize the employees can work from home relatively easily and encourage this while moving forward. There has already been a long-term shift forward virtual working in India and COVID-19 has accelerated that. There will be few jobs for life. Someone that is going to succeed in the post-COVID lockdown era will need to be able to adapt to ever-evolving workplaces and must have the ability to continuously update and refreshing their skills. Technologies such as artificial intelligence, big data, the Internet of Things, virtual and augmented reality and robotics also will make business more resilient to future pandemic, and companies exploiting these technologies will be in a great position. At last, it is very true that pandemic COVID-19 has fundamentally changed the idea of looking into a business with a few short weeks. Adaptation and workplace evolution is going to be the key success for all companies across the sectors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful introduction. And now I would like to request our beloved student Upasana Lahiri from BHM 6th semester to discuss her view on today's topic. Upasana, please go ahead.
Ramesh Suraiya. He works in a printing press in Bara Bazaar, Kolkata. Every month he earns a wage of rupees 7,000. He has a family of 4 to feed, and with no job because of the lockdown, the problem has aggravated more. But what is more scarier is that he doesn't know if the job is going to be still there for him when he returns back after the lockdown ends. Good evening, everyone. My name is Upasana Lahiri and I'm from Hospital Management 6th semester. And today I'm going to talk about how this whole lockdown thing has led to a new beginning of job crisis and unemployment in India. Now I would like to present it with the help of my presentation. So I need you all to take a deep breath before you listen to this presentation, as it looks like 100 million and more Indian jobs will be at risk during and after the COVID-19 lockdown stage. CII, a leading industry association, surveyed one-third expected job losses of 15 to 30% in their respective sectors. From end March, most companies have resorted to slashing their employees, sacking them, going on indefinite leave without pay, and also emotional and distressing emails about jobs and wage rooms have also surfaced. It will be a toss-up between the scenarios whether the recovery is going to be a V-shaped, U-shaped one or an L-shaped one, while the US President Donald Trump claims that it is going to be a U-shaped one. IMF dire prediction turns out true that we'll be looking at the dismal L shape spreading across the globe. World Bank have predicted the world economy should witness a negative growth of up to 3% and India to grow at a mere 1.5 to 1.6%. The pain of unemployment will be felt acutely over the next 3 to 6 months. But there can also be a quick rebound. In fact, the creation of fresh jobs and a return of old ones may happen sooner than we expect due to two reasons. The first is psychological. Consumers liberated after being cooped up at home for over 5 weeks may go berserk once the lockdown is lifted. They may also wish to buy more and spend more. Also, as India is less dependent on exports compared to China and Japan, it is being pointed out that a huge domestic demand or a growth of around 4.5% can be observed, which can lead to labor boostivity. Sariful Haq, a prominent dealer in Aligarh, UP, laments that given the jobs and wage losses, he does not know if the property buyers will be in a position to repay their loans. Similarly, in the extreme scenarios now pointed, there seems to be no hope for the travel and hospitality. But what about the healthcare sector? Number one, will the existing employees at healthcare organization continue or will they leave their jobs due to increased risk of cross-infection? Will private hospitals recruit new people to meet the increasing demands of healthcare? Will the government employ more professionals on probation basis without having them to possess a master's degree or to give an entrance exam? And finally, I would like to conclude this by saying that with respect to real estate business after the lockdown, it will take a few weeks to get the workforce back and streamline the machinery and raw material. There will also be a rush to complete the pending projects. In case of travel and hospitality sector, there will also be untold thousands of stories of who would now want to visit their family after not having been able to be with them in times of deep uncertainty. People may be afraid to travel, but they may also be want to move on if freed from prison. In agriculture sector, a portion of migrant families who go back to their villages and to do jobs during the season are available as farm laborers. Earlier, these same migrant laborers would refuse farm work, but now they would do it even if they're offered ₹200. Also, we can see that there will be more appetite to move jobs in the healthcare and life sciences as well as technological industries. These have been recognized as the sectors least impacted by pandemic. Therefore, candidates have more certainty around the long-term prospects of companies in these industries. Even though I believe that the job security is on the line, but I still believe that with combined efforts, we can overcome this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Upasana, for sharing your wonderful view. And now I would like to request our beloved student Madhu Nag from BCS 6th semester to discuss her view on today's topic. Madhu, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Madhu Nag from BCA 6th semester, and the topic which I'm going to talk about is employment trends in post-COVID-19 lockdown era. And I'm going to explain this with the help of my PPT slide share. So, introduction. Every recession has presented numerous challenges for every country, making it difficult for the industries to survive and strive. But they have also ushered an era of opportunities for new age industries to sprout and shape consumers' behavior for decades. The global recession induced by COVID-19 will fundamentally change the way humanity works and socializes for years to come. The COVID-19 crisis will catalyst to the unprecedented changes in every industry. Every industry will be forced to reform and restructure in order to transform into a new realities that will emerge. There are some factors which will lead the transformation of every industry. First one, agility. For example, planning and execution. Second one, digital transformation. For example, product and services. And the third and very important one, work from home culture. For example, people and process. Now I'm going to discuss all these three top points in great detail. First one, agility. Agility will be the single biggest reason why some organization will tide over this crisis. Agile organization will use early insights, realign policies and process, and train their organization workforce to focus on customer challenges. Agility will be about making quick changes by the organization leadership and communication, the same decisively to the organization partner ecosystem and customer. Digital. Digital transformation should be aimed at creating holistic capabilities to leverage the possibilities of opportunities that new digital age technologies present. This will enable us to serve the customer better and evolve the business. It will be not about the technology adoption, but about the evolution of business model, including products, processes, and services. The third one, work from home culture. The work from home culture will play a defining role, has a potential to stop this crisis as and is an industry worth trillions of dollars. In many cases, it's priceless. To elaborate, S stands for social distancing. At the heart of work from home is social distancing, laying the foundational preventive cure for every country to limit the exposure and spread of this deadly pandemic. This alone can save the spread of virus and help keep a check on health of every individual, organization, and the world economy. T stands for travel time. On an average, every working person travels for about 2 hours from home to work and back. Working from home can save every employee over 600 hours of travel time in a year, translating to 25 days of travel, saving money, energy, and time. O stands for occupancy. Every company, big or small, can potentially save 50% and above of office occupancy, rental, or leased space cost by allowing a sizable chunk of support function and back-end operation to work from home. P stands for pollution. Apart from being a leading source of greenhouse emission, daily commuting through road and railway transportation is responsible for over 30% of particulate emission, killing millions of people every year due to respiratory illness and wasting billions of dollars in healthcare sector. So, as we all know, during this lockdown era, most of the industries are going through tough situation. But there are some industries which are making huge profit, and some of them are digital payments. Increased use of smartphones, higher internet penetration will propel this market to the growth percentage in strong double digits. India is set to create many employment opportunities through Digital India initiative. Second, cloud computing. Cloud computing will become the backbone for every organization in the future. The post-COVID-19 phase will witness exponential growth in cloud computing as it is affordable, easy to use, and highly customized to requirement of scalability. Next, content. All major networks and studio will launch their direct consumer streaming services and content libraries to attract the consumer who will grow hungry for the consumption. Next, healthcare industry. Healthcare comprising of hospitals, medical equipment, diagnostics, pharmaceuticals, medical tourism, and telemedicine is poised for tremendous growth. Next, cybersecurity. This will be at the center of new era as every industry will adopt digital transformation. The development of safe and secure payment gateway and security wall will drive this market growth. Next, e-commerce industry. The future of e-commerce will be exciting. A lot of categories will join the basket of e-commerce, making every product or services available online. Next, and very important, online education. Education will dramatically be affected by the post-COVID-19 as it will embrace the digital world in the fastest and the largest scale. Educational institution will come of age and traditional teaching standards will become the thing of past. So all the above mentioned industry will embrace the agility, digital transformation, work from home culture, which would proactively make the life easier and business more profitable. These are the industries and the sectors which will continuously hire for the talent and become one of the largest source of employment generation. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm so grateful to all of you present here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Madhu, for sharing your wonderful view. And now I would like to request our beloved student, Arpan Guria from BBA second semester to discuss his view on today's topic. Arpan, please go ahead.
Hello everyone, this is Arpan Guria and a very good afternoon everyone. And today I'll be presenting some of the emerging sectors in the job market in the currently the post-lockdown era. So I'll go through some of the PPTs. So I'll be moving on to my PPT. So my previous presenters has actually beautifully explained the current situations and some of the sectors that how it is going to impact some of the sectors and some of the industries. So now I'll be explaining which are some of the emerging sectors that can generate some of the employment in the current, in fact in the India and in fact in future in the global industry. So moving on to the next slide, I'll be presenting. So just take a look into the current scenario that we have been going through. So the most important part of this lockdown and the most discussed part of this lockdown is that the unpredictability of our economy, and it has adapted some of these spices with some unemployment issues. So I'll give you some of the insight of the COVID-19 effect on our economy. And according to the World Bank, COVID-19 has triggered some of the deepest global recessions in the decades, with the damage to the lower labor productivity and the potential output. In India, the growth slowed down to 4.2% in the financial year 2019 and 2020, and the output projected to contract by 3.2% in the upcoming financial year 2020 and the 2021, with a huge record of and a record high of that unemployment rate of 27.1%. So I will just discuss that what are the possibilities that we can get through this, and we can establish ourselves free from that lockdown recession. And the most important part will be the reformations of the long-term prospects, and the cooperations will be the critical to robust our economy. And going to some next slide, I'll be discussing over some of those industries. So first industries that has seen that spike in the demand is the healthcare industry. So starting with the pharmaceutical industry growth in the financial year 20, the first 9 months, India has exported pharma products worth $15.66 billion. The industry itself is world's largest supplier of generic drugs and the third largest manufacturer of the drugs and the vaccines. And it's 80% control of global market. And it can generate a huge amount of employment and can be a medical medical access for the worldwide and be a better place that we can generate that employment. And proceeding to the next point, I'll be discussing about the personal hygiene products. And this COVID-19 spread has increased awareness for the home care and the personal care products. Sanitizers demand is at an all-time high, and some of the baby care products like Unilever and the Johnson & Johnson's has seen a huge spike in the demand. And third point I'll be discussing would be some of those MECs or those startups that has come up with the greatest solutions and have generated some of the contributed to our economy, as I have given us some picture of some innovative ideas, because it allows us to innovate with our ideas and existing resources in this era. And they have come up with some sanitization product and some sanitization innovative process. So going to the next sector, I'll be discussing on the industry, automation industry. So in this COVID-19 era, it has actually fast-tracked some of the digital transformations to become more resilient for the future outbreak and the disruptions. And in current situations, artificial intelligence is going to be used for the early detections and the diagnosis of the infections. And it can be used for the development of the drugs and the vaccines for the COVID-19 era. And not only that, actually some of the sectors, some of these like augmented reality, robotics, web development, these are the sectors that can provide a huge amount of employment. And going to the next portions, which is very important for nowadays, because data is going to be the fuel of the fourth industrial revolutions. And data analysis, it can help understanding the business trends and can monitor the risk situations and can help the business and the customer needs. And that's how the data is going to lead the next industrial growth. And the third options of the teleworking software, like the Teams app and Zoom has like seen that kind of boom in that industry with just in the span of the 3 months, they have seen from 10 million to the 300 million subscriptions for Zoom, which can create a possible employment in the near future. And the next portion is very important is the groceries market. India's online grocery market has increased sales around 76%, and Big Basket and Grofers has reported 5-fold increase in their demand. And also some of the new competitors have joined in that segment, like JioMart and the Amazon Pantry. And this sector is providing some of the very future aspect and very new opportunities to our economy. So thank you everyone. This was some of the sectors that I wanted to discuss, and be safe.
Thank you so much, Arpan, for sharing your wonderful view. And now I would like to request our Honorable Principal, Dr. Subir Ghosh, to share his valuable view on today's topic. Dr. Ghosh holds a PhD in economics and has over 20 years experience in academics and has published more than 12 books. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon to you all. First, I would like to welcome all the participants, those who have joined in this webinar. And I would like to thank to the presenters, those who have presented. Their presentation is extremely good. I should mention that their presentation, I was going through that, I was listening carefully. Those presentations were extremely good. Today's session is on employment opportunities post-COVID era. So actually, as far as the employment opportunities are concerned, then after lockdown era, it is, according to me, it is actually threat. The employment opportunities will be less. There is no doubt at all, because most of the people, they have lost their jobs, and some of the people's their salaries also cut by the organization. So this is a threat to the people in employment opportunity ground. So there is no doubt at all. And for the students, those who are mainly in the final semesters, for them also there will be little bit problem, because at this moment when there is a crisis of job, so it is actually difficult. But concerned government should think in this ground. Government is obviously, I hope they are thinking on the small scale industries, to how to promote the small scale industries. Because in the economy when there is less money supply, circulation of money is less, that time to promote the circulation of money, then loan has to be provided at lower rate of interest. Government is doing that so that the more entrepreneurial ventures will be started up, and then once the entrepreneurial sector starts up, the people some people will get job, and self-employment will also be created for the entrepreneur. So this is one side, so that employment opportunity has to move. This is a challenge to the economy, challenge for the government also, challenge for us also. But still, there are some advantages also, opportunities also. What are the opportunities? Since several people have lost their jobs and all, people are looking for the jobs. So the employment actually will be, the laborers will be cheaper. So labor supply will be available at lower cost or lower rate. Labor supply will be available. So the entrepreneurs or the industries, they can exploit this. They can utilize this opportunity. So labor intensive industries can grow up easily. So labor intensive industry, once this labor intensive industries grows up, then the people, those who are looking for job, they will get the opportunity to get job. This is one side. In another side, the students, those who are looking for job, for better job, if they can take up some courses of 1 or 2 years, short-term courses even, or even master courses of 2 years, then automatically the situation will improve in the economy. So once the situation improves, then they will be getting the better job, because by the time they have already they have got another certificate, actually say master's course or other courses, so that will make their employment more secure, or that will be the scope of getting the better employment opportunity. This is one side. And the students, those who will take up the courses like say artificial intelligence or machine learning and all, that will have great demand after this lockdown era, because those industries only now going up. And some of the presenters have already mentioned this online business, say online education, online industries, and some Orpon perhaps said about this grocery, how these online grocery items are sold to this online mode. So those are the opportunities where there will be employment will be provided, and on another side there will be little. It needs some time to move these employment opportunities in the economy. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Principal Sir, for sharing your wonderful view. And now I would like to request my respected colleague Shramana Niyogi ma'am, Assistant Professor at Nopani Institute of Management Studies, to give the concluding remark on today's session. As an HR professional, Niyogi ma'am has recently published a paper in change management and keep immense interest in business analytics. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. This brings us to the end of today's session. From this interaction or this session, we got insights from the changing dimensions of the job market, what the economics of the country is going through, and what the world is heading towards. My colleague Anisha has correctly pointed out the demand-supply mismatch that is going to hit the country, like the jobless NRIs or who are highly skilled at it will come to the market and will create immense disorder in the demand supply, where organizations are reskilling or upskilling their employees to save cost and are even looking for retrenchment options. We need to be very careful in hiring or firing things. Now, as Upashana came in, she put a picture in front of us of what is going on, what is the situation. She gave us examples, like she pointed out a story of a person in Bada Bazar. This is how she presented to us a story, or how she drew a brilliant scenario, what the post-lockdown situation in the job market looks like. Moving forward, we saw Madhu pointing to us the benefits of work from home. These days in the post-lockdown, we all are doing work from home. She has concluded not only this boosts the potential of the employees, but how this affects or how this is beneficial in terms of helping in reducing population and all, how people are adapting to new things, how the digital transformation is taking place in every sector. And she has also pointed out few sectors where boom is going to come. Now, to keep the pace with it, Orpon has also come up with industries that are going to be at its boom. It is very evident that the healthcare sector, the personal hygiene sector, that the things that we didn't use, like this masks, sanitizers and all, this sector is going to boom. Now, the automation sector, as in the suggestions, principals has also pointed us out, like people who would be more interested in taking up courses like the data science courses or this artificial intelligence courses, there might be a demand or a surge in this kind of jobs. So we can conclude that, well, there will be problems as suggested by principal sir. There will be economic turbulence in the time. The government will obviously look into this, but there is always a good side of it. There will always be opportunities. We need to be in a good mental health state where we can find out or look for opportunities. Sir, we can always take your suggestions, learn new things, so that when situations improve, we could find ourselves in better positions, not only in terms of jobs, but in terms of learning as well. With this, I would like to say thank you to all of us who have been participating, speaking, or even listening in the seminar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful conclusion. And now I would like to request you all the participants to take a part in a small quiz. The link of the quiz is in the chat box. By that link, you will be easily submit your quiz, and the similar link will be sent to the email ID. Those who have joined the webinar via email after completing this webinar within the 2 hours. And all of you are requested to fill your details correctly in the form, as it will be reflected in the e-certificate, and please give the correct email ID in the form, that we will be able to send the e-certificate to your email ID. Thank you so much all for joining us.
Hello, Mr. Anchor. Please look into the chat box. Somebody is raising hand. If there is any query or not. Somebody is raising hand. Whether is there any query or not? Please look into this chat box.
Okay. As I can see, Silajit Roy has raised his hand. You can raise your query, Silajit. Unmute yourself and raise your query.
Sir, actually I didn't did that. How it reflected, I don't know.
Okay, somebody is having any question, they can write in the chat box.